Welcome everybody to Become Top 1%. Today, another awesome guest. His name is Anthony Caps. He's a men's coach and he will tell us much more what he's doing. Welcome to the show, Anthony. How's it going?
Thank you for having me, Axel. Doing great. Yeah, excited to be here.
So let's go with the first question. Explain a little bit who you are, why people can think that you are top 1%.
Well, the main thing that I look at it from my perspective is mainly about the adversity that someone goes through in their life, and especially coming from Lebanon and coming from a place where there was a lot of crisis, financial crisis, a lot of adversity in life, where I literally had to learn, like literally escape the financial crisis and learning how to do sales and building a dating coaching business and impacting hundreds of men's lives to finding a partner, getting into relationships and transforming their lives really in every area of their life, whenever it comes to intimate connections with partners or whenever it comes to learning how to attract and getting high quality clients to be able to actually have the freedom. It's one of the main things that I always wanted to do in my life. Like I always wanted to be the person that I'm in control of my own life, because I was tired of having life being dictated for me. Like to be able to settle for a life of mediocrity, a life of feeling stuck, a life where I wasn't really happy with the connections and the relationships that I had in my life. I was very shy, very stifled. I didn't have that much confidence. I always wanted to be basic. I always wanted to be able to actually connect with the type of people that I wanted, and I felt like an outcast. And I really like wanted to perform at the highest level possible to really like first of all prove to myself that it is possible to be able to completely have my life look differently than the way that it is, especially from going through the financial crisis in Lebanon to being able to building my dating coaching business to six figures, traveling to Armenia, building social circles of models, doing photo shoot events, and essentially being able then to travel around the world from Georgia, Armenia, Cyprus, France, Italy, and now being based in Portugal. You can see here, like, kind of having like, there's like an ice bath here. We're doing like events in an ice bath, and
Amazing.
there's like horses. Like, there's horses literally. Like, I don't know if they're here right now. Oh yeah, there's over there like horses taking eating some grass, like waking up in an environment where I was always in the city. I didn't have that freedom in my life, and being able to be in a place where I can generally just feel just expanded in control of my life. It's not necessarily about just being a top 1%, but it's more about being in control of your life and
Right.
being able to truly excel in those areas of your life and actually have that vision board that you want become a reality. And that's one of the main things that I've been working on for the past, well, for the past probably 10 years. All I would be doing is like from my fitness to excelling in my fitness, my dating life, my social life, my finances, learning how to attract high ticket clients, getting clients to pay me anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 in high ticket sales, and having that becoming part of my life, like every day learning how to manage money, walking out like everywhere that I go, like being able to just see a beautiful woman that I want to actually connect with, and literally
Right.
just walking by and being able to say hi.
Yeah.
That freedom where you genuinely want to connect with someone, and being able to just walk up to someone and saying hi and connecting, that's
Absolutely.
extremely liberating, especially when I felt that I was stifled and I just had all of these layers on me that got me stuck. So that's mainly a little bit more about my journey and seeing all of these other guys out there that were feeling like working that 9 to 5 job, like settling for a life of mediocrity, being in unhappy relationships, not really understanding, like, not really understanding how easy it is to get what you want when you literally do the right things, when you literally like just focus on making those hard decisions in your life and actually going at them, and how you can actually get everything that you ever wanted in your life.
Amazing.
So
Fantastic.
that's mhm.
Yeah, like the idea, the concept behind being top 1% is really like said already in the past. It's a metaphorical way to see like be very high, have the freedom, but also the things that you're saying, right? Like this freedom eventually is being the top 1%. It's funny because if you look at like deeply, 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 everything that is connected with freedom, it's eventually slavery. Why? Because in a way, it's like slavery to the gym, slavery to eating healthy, slavery to doing the right things, slavery in connecting with the people. I mean, it's not. I mean, probably the romantical freedom would be like the one that I do whatever I want, only the things I want. Probably it doesn't really exist, right? Because a person like only about health. If you say like I'm gonna just, I don't know, do whatever I want, which is a technical freedom there, what would be? Would be like I eat all the ice cream that I want because I just like it. I don't know, drink all the alcohol or whatever, right? I don't go to the gym. I'm just saying, if a person really wish to have, no, it's we have always had to be, yes, free, but after we somehow are slave into some habits and discipline that then eventually will generate a lifestyle that will give us freedom. Like for example, the fact of saying hi to a girl, right? She's in the street, she's just walking, but at the same time, I mean, you can say like, "Oh, I'm free because I'm saying hi." But if you were like a super obese dude that is not taking care of himself, probably you will have so many insecurities. It would be almost impossible to say hi. So everything has the cons and the pros and cons, right?
Yeah, no, I 100% can see that. It's mainly like an overall way of life where you can carry yourself, and like a lot of the things, like whenever it comes to how your fitness impacts the relationships that you have, how the way you talk impacts the way that the relationships that you have, how what your values are, and what you're saying specifically in terms of an overweight person and saying hi. Yeah, like your image like has a lot to do, especially in those first seconds. And when you're meeting someone, it's probably like, especially, to be honest, like for some people, like if unless you're like extremely confident and you don't care about anybody, and you can still make it work, that's probably possible. But most likely, most people are not like that, and most people actually are self-conscious of their bodies and the image that they portray. That's how even Instagram exists. Like it's like all of us are like putting images on Instagram, and to basically be perceived in a certain way. And um basically that's what's going on, is about
Right.
how much men and women, like they care about how other people think about them. And
It's
it's
just
basically like
life.
one of the main things. Yeah.
I mean, we're just
Mhm.
human. I know very well because I always talk about, like one of my main business and the way that I coach people, that I help the world one man at a time to become better, together with my photographer business partner. We're talking about image, right? So we are constantly focusing to making the people, giving them a better image. So to also that will
Mhm.
reflect into their personality, into their confidence, and I
Yeah.
always talk about this specifically this part of whether you like it or not, people will judge. I mean, we can argue if it's right, if it's wrong, if it's ethical, but it's just that it is what it is. And I believe personally that judging is a matter is a defense mechanism. We have
Mhm.
to judge to understand if this thing is safe for us or not safe. Like imagine
Mhm.
food. If you cannot if you cannot judge if it's okay, this one could be probably safe and this one, like, you potentially can die. And same thing about people. Like now about investment. If you see the homeless, the homeless is just like to make the extreme clear example. If you see the homeless, oh, I think I'm gonna give 10K to this dude, so maybe he can, maybe in crypto he can try and see if I can multiply. I mean, of course not.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean, some judgment, of course, is there. It's mandatory. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's the thing that comes up. It's like there's a good thing that comes around that, because, well, when someone sees that, make that first impression, like they're gonna be projecting a lot on the unknown. So let's say a guy, for example, is like just a single example of talking to a girl on the street, right? I mean, that alone is a very intense situation for the girl to be in. Like imagine walking to, like, having a guy like approach you, and basically like it's like there's so many things that can go like that can basically like be very scary for that
Yeah,
person.
maybe she's very small, she's very tiny, and there is this
Yeah,
dude, big dude. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
exactly, right. But the other end comes in where, like, now every guy is coming from a place where, like, they're afraid of being seen as creepy, so they completely forget their personality, and now all of them are just a bunch of blocks. Like there's no personality. It's kind of like a vessel without an identity. Like, what do you really like? What do you don't like, because that's what really, like, makes you attractive. Like basically being able to be you and your authentic you, like unapologetically,
Hmm.
while being aware and empathetic about how the other persons feel. That's the key sweet spot that sweet spot sweet spot that comes around that.
Mhm.
It's being able to really like showcase your unique personality and how you actually want to carry yourself. What are the thoughts that you're actually going to be communicating? The way that like in the case like the image that you're actually going to put in, and really like allowing that authentic version of you to shine through, and that alone is going to be extremely attractive and actually build trust as well.
Yeah, absolutely. It can build a lot of trust, reliability, the confidence that this person will be good for you, help you, and so on and so forth. So, image for sure. Now, talking about habits of a great man. These habits, probably habits that will bring a person to be a top 1%. What are your suggestions? What are your experiences, the things that you could try on you on your skin that works, that doesn't work, and so on?
That's that is a really good question. And the thing is that I actually have seen so far is basically the fact that, well, I've honestly I've tried it all. I've really tried it all. And
Mhm.
what I've seen is basically there's the two extremes that come to it. There's two extremes. The first extreme is go hustle culture, go all in, freaking execute, discipline, just fucking go, 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 go. And that's it. And it's like, and it's very motivating, right? It's very motivating for someone that is just never took that action before. They were always passive, always indecisive, but like that. And if they actually did that, it would be very, very helpful. But if for a sustainable long-term plan, that's gonna burn them out. And that's what happened with me. Like it burned me out. Like I felt like I started having panic attacks. I started having insomnia. I was like jump on coaching calls with clients and like literally having a panic attack during the call because like I was burning myself out on how much I was working, and I was disciplined and how much I was like being everything, like making sure that everything was going right, in like just taking so much action, but at the same time my mind would be destroyed. And what and then I actually had to learn how to balance myself, how to really like also listen to my body, and being able to take care of my body, being able to listen to actually be more sustainable on the long term, to be able to effortlessly take action. Because it's not about how it's power versus force, right? It's like it's not about like forceful action. It's like David Hawkins talks about that. It's not forceful action that you want to do, but it's powerful, effortless action. That's like what you want to be in. Because when you have that powerful effortlessness, that's where you can go long term, instead of just going on those small what's the word for it, those
Mhm.
small actions and
Yeah.
burning out and doing it again. Now the other extreme comes in, where now you see all of these people meditating, like all of these people just meditating right now. So like, oh, I need to take care of my body, and I need to really be in a sense of self-care now. So I feel a little bit of stress and outside of my comfort zone. So I will meditate for 4 hours to be able to really take care of my body. And then and then
I feel
and
you.
then
I
and then
feel you. I
yeah,
feel you.
and then they find themselves for like not doing anything, right? It's like just meditating all the time. Like, where's the action? Where's the result? And then like
If
most
you
of the time,
jerk off for 4 hours straight, you're gonna feel amazing. Go ahead, and also your business life will be solved. All the girls of the world will come to you magically. All the amazing friends.
yeah, yeah. So do that. That's the main key.
Yeah,
Don't do
yeah,
that.
yeah. We
Don't do
got it.
that.
That's
Don't do
it.
that.
Let's
Let's
close.
clarify for this.
Let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. If you're
We
watching
found
this,
the
don't do
secret.
that.
Let's go. Let's go home.
Yeah. So the sweet spot is being able to take action, but also being able to listen to your body. That sweet spot was one of the key things that led me to really succeed in and achieve massive breakthroughs in every area of my life. Now, there's another thing too that actually like was a big key. It was my environment. The environment that I was in changed everything, because now it's not really about willpower. It's about just like it's about putting the thing that really like was a game changer was putting myself in an environment where success is inevitable. It's like when you're being held accountable by a group of other guys that are exactly where you want to be, but also guys that are maybe on the same level as you, and they're on their way to getting there. By default, you're gonna be on. You're just gonna execute. Like all of those addictions, all of those old patterns are just gonna disappear. You don't
Right.
need to fight the wave. You just literally just live life and breathe, and you're gonna find yourself working. Why? Because if you don't, you're gonna feel left out.
Yeah. And being kicked
It's
out
the
by the
same thing.
tribe is always off the tribe is always a terrible thing for humans. For all we humans
Exactly.
is terrible. We cannot be
And that,
kicked out from a tribe.
mhm, yes, 100%. And that's why a lot of reasons why people that have a 9 to 5 job are settling for a mediocre life of their relationship. Maybe their entire dating life is their coworkers, or someone that they've met once and they still are thinking about them for a year or 2 years, and they kind of like and they go on that journey is because their environment is holding them back. Like their environment is holding them back from actually having freedom.
Right.
And there's going to be a sense of inertia where you literally have to get out of your comfort zone and break those patterns. It's going to be a difficult transition at first, but then being able to find that tribe really is the like, and ideally like being able to immediately jump from leaving that tribe, jumping into the tribe that will allow you to reach your goals is what you need to do to be able to get to the next level, whether you want to connect in terms of dating, in terms of potential partners, having a better social circle, social life, or whether you actually want to build a business and having more freedom and making more money, and allowing that momentum to build through. Because the key part to really succeeding is momentum. It's not really about like if you have a lot of momentum to being in your comfort zone, it's going to be very difficult for you to actually make it happen. It's about being able to stack up those baby steps, and then you just did it for so long that it's just effortless now. It's just like you just go.
So it's like a habit. It's like that you slowly build this habit. Then now it's like brushing your teeth. It's not that you're really thinking, "Oh man, I have to stand up, take the toothbrush, whatever." Put the. I mean, you're just like, oh, I have to before to go out. I have to go. I mean, go auto. You don't even think about it really.
100%.
Surely, it's
That's
not. It's a different mechanic, of course. Brushing your teeth is just like 2 minutes action done. I see you in 8 to 12 hours, depending the person. But is that these kind of actions, like for example, now particularly you're talking about network and building this network. Of course, it's a little bit more long and complicated than just like brush your teeth. Also because then there are other components that there are, like including gym, is like brushing the teeth, right? I alone can take this toothbrush and brush the teeth by myself, right? I alone go to the gym. It's just me alone. It's not that I have to include other people, be social, and so on. Instead, when it's already like connecting with other humans, now it's a different thing because I have to be aligned with someone. I have to, for example, make a plan with these people or convince them to do something I want to do. So now the things are becoming a little bit more complicated, but that's why we have to keep on constantly working on ourselves, right?
mm-hmm.
Now, network,
100%.
you told
That's the
me.
main thing about being able to not only just go.
We
Uh-huh.
have a delay. We have an audio delay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No
I
worries.
hear.
Yeah,
I say something and I hear you later.
we're back.
Yeah. It happens. It happens. Technology, it's
Yeah.
good, but sometimes it's like this. Now we're talking. We were talking about briefly about the image. We talked about briefly about network, and I assume that you also mean the 5 people that you surround yourself. You're the average of the 5 people that you surround with the most. Frozen and okay, now maybe you're back. Yeah. Now
Mhm.
we're talking about that. We were talking, of course, briefly. We're just touching the things like in a very briefly manner. Now, what are some suggestions that you could give about dating? Like you personally, if you have to give like maybe some, doesn't really matter, but let's say maybe your top 3 suggestions about dating, specifically about dating.
Yeah, 100%. So, number one thing, each guy that actually needs to go, and this is something that I always say to my clients, that really like transform their lives. Number one thing you actually need to go through is understand is first of all, are you happy with the social circle that you have in your life? That's the number one question you need to ask yourself before even getting into dating life, before even like dating anyone. Are you happy with the men and the women and the men that are in your life? Because number one thing, you actually, if you're someone that actually want to find a girlfriend, you want to connect with them and you want to be in a sustainable long-term relationship, one of the main things that you actually want is to have someone that has values that are similar to yours.
Right.
But that does not come in if you're not happy with the type of connections that you're having in your life right now. So that's number one thing that you actually need to do. You need to be 100% focusing on your social circle, but you need to also understand your purpose, your path. You can't like a lot of people like just learn all of these like seduction techniques and a lot of like psychological stuff to be able to create attraction. And that's basically they're portraying themselves as someone that they're not. Instead, learn actually be real and authentic and feel the pain of how much it's gonna of maybe like there's a lot of like trauma that you're dealing with. You might actually literally feel that you suck, like your personality suck. Maybe you don't really know your purpose. Maybe you don't know what you want and what you don't want. And all of that stuff, being able to heal that internally,
Mm-hmm.
so that then you become the version that is naturally attractive to attracting a potential partner in your life.
Right.
Now you can learn all of these strategies, you can learn all of the seduction techniques, but all of that is just going to be a means to an end. Like, what is it going to do? Is it going to lead to some hookups? Okay, great. You got one hookup, you got two hookups, you got three hookups. If you want to have those experiences, then go for it and go for it by all means. But if you're someone that actually want to find a girlfriend, you actually want to build a family, you want to build something sustainable later on in life, then that's the path that you need to take so that you can actually have something sustainable on the long term. Now, I mean, this is literally stuff that let one of my clients literally be going from a breakup, feeling completely isolated with no purpose and feeling like his identity was lost, to being able to finding himself again, finding this empowerment, being in control of his life, his purpose, and getting into a 2 years relationship from that. Now, that's the main thing if you actually want to be in a relationship and you want to go long term. But now a lot of people fall into the trap and they start settling down for like the first girl that they see, and they just want to get into a relationship with the first girl that they see. No, that's also wrong.
Absolutely.
It's like, oh, now you got into a relationship. Does that mean that you actually found a partner? No. And then you find them, the girl maybe like used them, or like they broke up with them, they left them,
right,
stagnated. Well, no, it's about really like going through the journey and experience of life, of connecting with the potential partners, and so that you can choose from a place of options about who it is that you want to spend your life with, and not really about just
casual
seeing the first girl that you meet and just be in a relationship immediately and just like, that's it, I'm done, I got this covered. And then like after 2-3 years later, they feel destroyed and fucked up and lost and confused and question their entire identity. Like I've had clients that literally did this exact same thing, and like they literally like lost themselves completely, because their entire self-worth was based on the approval
on the girl
of the girl that they were with, instead of having that self-worth from within.
Yeah, self-worth. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Awesome. Now, so let's recap. What were the three one? You say network, the social circle, self-worth.
Social circle, self-worth, don't settle. Go for options, and then choose from a place of options.
Yeah, awesome. Perfect. Thank you very much for this one, because it's always a great knowledge to keep in mind whenever we are forming our lives. Now, before to close this call, I'm going to ask you my typical closing question, which is, what is a golden tip, suggestion, something that you do in your life that you think is absolutely important and everybody should do? What do you suggest? What is that?
Momentum. When you have momentum, you're unstoppable. When you have but if you have momentum towards your comfort zone, you're gonna have more momentum towards your comfort zone. Or if you have momentum towards making more money, you're gonna make more money, and you keep going. Never stop that momentum. If you're connecting with people, never just ride that shit and just squeeze it till the end. Your life is gonna throw a lot of challenges at you that are gonna try to break your momentum, and you're just gonna go and keep going. The more you keep going, the more you're gonna realize like you're gonna be like a race car with a nitro and a rocket behind, and you're just gonna fly.
Right.
You're just gonna fly. Momentum is the key in everything that you want to do in life. So you just go, execute. You take care of be aware of taking care of yourself by listening to your body and being able to introspect. Don't let that suck you in and just meditate all day long. No, you got to freaking execute. Don't forget that you need to execute and build momentum on that. But don't go the other side of going to fucking panic attacks and stop sleeping and go to insomnia like what I did.
Absolutely.
Don't do that either. So just momentum, go all into whatever you want to do. Just choose what you want to do and go all in on it. And you'll see how easy it is to literally get what you want, no matter what it is. And that's how you can have the freedom. You can, whatever you want to quit your job, you want to basically connect with potential partners that you generally want to connect with and see like how things are going to go in terms of attraction. Whether you just want to be able to have the freedom of traveling wherever you want.
Yeah, it's full of analogies with this, right? The train that it's hard to start, the rocket, the airplane. I mean, it's full of analogies of the beginning is very hard, but then when they keep on doing, then eventually they get to the unstoppable type of momentum situation. Yeah, amazing. I love it. Thank you very much, Anthony. It was really a great pleasure. You're a super dude that, of course, has a lot of knowledge. It's very good to talk to. We could be here probably for not even hours talking. We probably could be here days and days talking about many interesting topics that we also like. I know we had this pleasure of being together in Milano, gaming and having some fun and all this doing activities. But now, well, when we will be able also to meet again, amazing. Will be definitely super fun to do it. Can't wait. We are like-minded, so definitely we can talk for a long time. Now it's the time to say goodbye and meet next time. But before we do that, how can someone contact you and work with you if they want to contact you, want to reach you out?
Awesome. So there's three ways. On Instagram, it's the username is Anthony Caps. Message me there. On Facebook, message me on Anthony Kaprielian. We're gonna put the links, the username on the description. And if you want to book directly a call, there's gonna be a Calendly link, and you can just either like send me a DMs on those things, and I can send you the Calendly link. Or I can send that.
You
to
can
you
also
as well.
we can put the link below. It's easy. Yeah. You just send me the links, and we're gonna do it. Okay, cool, awesome, Anthony. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time. So become top 1%. Here we are. Thank you very much, and yeah, to the next.
For having me. Cheers.